Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Tales from Beyond Crow Lane. I am your humble dungeon master, Spider Snail, and we are ready to have a great session. We're going to start the same way we always do with introductions. Hello, my name is Reed or Snail. You can find me on TikTok and Hive at D&D5E, on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr at Snail5E, and on Twitch at The Gamer Snail. You can also find me having mushroom weddings happen in my one-shots. And that's me. I'm going to pass it over to Jess.
Hi, folks. I'm Jess. You can find me on the internet at Seriously. You can also find me prepping to have a completely normal conversation with a completely normal guy. I can't wait for this session of Crow Lane. Thank you and good night.
Thank you so much, Jess. TT.
Hi, I'm TT. You can find me at TT Brett on pretty much everything. And I go by they, them, and any pronouns. I'm so bad at intros. somebody take over for me. Take it.
So good. That's my favorite one.
Good job. Passing things over to Bree.
Hey everyone, I'm Bree. You can find me in some random places on the internet at Aubrey Q. Yeah, that's how you spell my name and say my name. Besides that, you can probably find me in my kitchen singing to my sourdough starter.
Sachi, always in our hearts. Passing things over to Diana.
Hey, I'm Diana. You can find me most places on the internet at Sapphic Stregonona or just Sapphic Strega on McFrickin' Twitter, or convincing every straight man in my life that I think that they would make a fantastic lesbian if they just, tried really hard for Pride Month this year.
Great. Thank you, Diana. And last, but certainly not least, James.
Hi everybody, I'm James. I use she, they pronouns. You can find me on TikTok at NiceOneJames and on Twitter and Instagram at TTRPK. You can also find me this Saturday, the 10th, over on Twitch at Unprepared Casters, helping to raise money for Trans Lifeline. It's going to be a super fucking cool 12-hour stream. Me and Grace, who we all know and love, are going to be there right at 8 a.m. my time, right at stream start, in a little air dungeon with Connie Chang. It's going to be a great fucking time. And of course we're going to win, so be sure to stay to the end and watch us, kick the shit out of some other team of Unprepared Casters characters. It's going to be a great time. It's for a really, really great cause. They have some donations open right now, and if we hit 10,000, I'll get 2 extra levels, which will make me very powerful. So I'm just saying, if you are willing to donate anything for a great cause, it would make me more powerful, and I think that would be fun and sexy for me. Thank you so much. It's going to be great. You can find me there. And, yeah. That's the only place you can find me. When I'm not on camera, I vanish into smoke. It's pretty scary.
Thank you so much, James. Let's do some announcements. In case you missed it, yesterday we had our Pride Cherry stream, Grave Affair. You can watch the VOD on Twitch. Thank you so much to everybody who watched and donated. We were able to raise over $1,500 for the Transgender Law Center, which is really exciting, and we're very emotional about it, and if I keep talking about it, I'm going to cry. So we're going to move on, but thank you all so much, because that meant a lot to us to make a difference like that. Thanks. We are back to our regularly scheduled programming here on Starlight Tales. You can join us on Wednesday for the last episode of Whispering Heart, a small-scale tale. You can join me, Jess, TT, James, Miller, and VJ as we finish up our little 3-episode adventure. You can also join us next weekend for the next episode of Tales from Beyond Crow Lane. Who knows what's going to happen next? Not me. It's a secret I'll never tell. XOXO, Gossip Snail. If you want to support us, you can do so by subscribing on Twitch and unlocking some awesome Crowmotes that are made by Emily Moon. You can also go over to patreon.com/StarlightTales to subscribe there and get access to some awesome art, some awesome writings, some maybe cool announcements earlier before the rest of the world. I don't know. Maybe some cool live streams this month. I don't know. Just going over to patreon.com/Starlight Tales and see what's going on. It's a fun time. If you want to support us by putting us on your body, you can do that. We have merch. It's the links are in, the doobly-doo. And if you want to support us by buying dice, you can do that too. You can go on over to Die Hard Dice, use code StarlightTed, and get 10% off your order. And that 10% goes to us, the gay people who live in your computer. Am I forgetting anything else? Slay. We're going to pass things over to our intro. We'll be right back. Are we in the intro, Sable? And we're back. I'm so glad you liked my dancing. I will continue to do so as I do this intro or this recap. I can't focus while dancing. However, I am still going to do the recap. Last session on Tales from Beyond Crow Lane, our party was met with a ghost of Rose's past this time, not a ghost of the Crowcolt family's past, as Emil Acheron, Rose's ex, somehow connected to the ant farm, somehow connected to not rescuing Tennant from the ant farm, somehow connected to all of the places that we hate, showed up begging for an audience with Rose, and when that was not given to them, ended up taking Nadette and vanishing. The rest of the episode was mainly focused on trying to figure out where the two of them went off to. This involved Rodella and Ruby interrogating the Dockmaster. This involved Reva and Ward going and talking to some of their contacts on Bastard Alley, and involved Rose and Tennant paying a visit to the Van Rotts, the royal family that is in charge of the planet of Gloomwilds. With some extra information under their belt and some extra magic items in this big bag of holding, the family all came back together to try and formulate a plan. This involved Rose attempting to scry on Emil, who refused to move until Rose called them on the phone, a conversation between the two of them that went nowhere, and a conversation between Tennant and Emil that went an interesting place, with Emil divulging to Tennant that he is working with none other than Sunder, and Tennant, desperate for an answer and desperate to save his youngest sibling, decided to reach out to Sunder. And to his surprise, Sunder answered. And that is where we pick up Tennant sitting on the dock, legs dangling out above the astral sea, and a being made entirely of black shadow and smoke sitting next to you. Posture relaxed. You call.
Here's the thing, Snail. I truly think that in the moments before this, where Tennant was filled with this vicious burning anger, they weren't consciously trying to summon this person. I think it was just the thought of Emil, the thought of gods in general, that Tennant's never really been exposed to gods thus far, and in the last couple of weeks, seemingly cannot fucking get rid of them. So I think when Tennant senses the presence of someone next to them, they kind of jump, because it's not very often that they get snuck up on. And without even looking at the guy, just kind of, I'm not fucking buying anything. Can you fuck off, please?
Ugh. You called me here, and now you want nothing to do with me? I'm kind of offended.
Looks up. I didn't fucking call you. So, who are you?
Oh, I go by many names. Unfortunately, some kind and special.
Okay, yeah. Starts getting up. Yeah, fuck it. See ya.
Thunder.
Pauses on the dock. Turns around. Nah.
What? You want me to do a fucking miracle or something?
Yeah, go on then.
You're not dead. That's a miracle.
Trust me, I fucking know it, but that's a miracle of my own doing, babe.
I wouldn't be too sure about that one.
So you're...
Starts summons a nail file from nowhere and starts to buff imaginary nails on this hand made of shadow.
Uh-huh.
No, go on. You were saying something.
No, it's impressive, is all.
Oh, this isn't the miracle. I just got bored.
Okay.
Hmm?
So you're working with the weasel?
Emil?
Is that their name?
Yeah, I'm working with the weasel.
How's that going for you?
Fine so far.
Okay. I was told by Emil that you wanted to recruit my wife in your whatever fucking business you're doing. Is that Emil's doing, or is that you?
Really picky. Did I cut out at the beginning of that? Let me say that again. I'm not really picky about who joins, just as long as they're at a certain level. You know, I don't want just any old Jack and Jill off the street. But I've heard good things about your wife. She seems to be in high demand.
Yeah, she's pretty fucking cool. Okay. Are you really a god, or are you just shadow and illusion?
This body right here, tosses his hair over his shoulder, is not God that you know and fear. That one's still chained. Always fucking chained.
Shit. Where?
Why, are you gonna come rescue me?
No.
Then what's it to you?
Just wondering. I know some prisons. Kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah, I'm not in a normal fucking prison.
Yeah, I gathered. Okay, so you're chained and Emil's your puppet.
One of. Sure.
How many puppets you got?
As many as I need.
Okay. So, is Emil trying to get you out? How long have you been chained for? Because he's not doing a very fucking good job, is he?
I've been chained for, looks at their blank wrists, too fucking long is the answer to that question. Emil's job is not only to unchain me, it's just the overarching goal that we're all working towards. I've got smaller, littler goals. I've got my hands in many pies. Is that how the saying goes? I don't know. It's been a while. I don't get out much.
All right. They're a bit distracted though, right? With my wife. Is that conducive to your goal? I'm just wondering.
Hey, what my puppets do with their PTO, that's none of my fucking business.
Oh, wow, very benevolent of you.
Well, you know.
I'm
I'm evil, but I'm not inhumane.
You're evil, okay.
You know, normally when people summon me from the depths of their soul accidentally because they're feeling an unmatched and unbridled anger that only I can relate to in the grand scheme of the cosmos and divinity, they want something Did you just want to chat?
No offense, but you don't seem a very good judge of character. If you're working with a meal, I don't know if you can help me.
Try me.
I don't know if I want to. I might just leave you to it.
Oh, well, you're not summoning me here for no fucking reason.
I promise you it wasn't my intention.
Yeah, it never is.
Okay. Are you alright?
What do you mean?
You just seem a bit... Tonight.
I've chained for fucking almost millennia. Like, what do you... I can't get out. I can't see the world. It's shitty. Of course I'm going to be a little fucking pissed about it. It's like my whole thing. Anger, vengeance. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. You should try working for my mum. It's pretty much the same thing.
Oh! You think I should work with your mom?
Nah, she's taken.
I know.
You heard of this Ithios, have you?
I told you. Got lots of eyes in lots of places.
Okay. What are these eyes telling you?
Your mom probably didn't know what she was getting into.
Yeah, you're right. You're right there.
But hey, you just summoned a god to your side accidentally, so she might not have done it intentionally.
Yeah, my mother's never done anything accidentally in their life.
Hmm.
I think Tennant pauses for a second and there's a little bit of a frown that accompanies a memory.
Sunder summons a fidget spinner.
Reed, I'm fucking obsessed with you. I love this gay little guy.
I get that in writing.
No.
Take it back right now.
How long have you been working with Emil?
Like a decade, maybe more.
So, the ant farm, that was you and him, was it?
Well, the idea was mine. But they helped.
What was the reason?
I
How
told
was
you.
that meant to get you out of wherever you're trapped?
There are different ways to get me more powerful.
Power, right? But I brought it down. So, did that scupper your plans a bit?
Not as much as I'm sure you'd hope they had.
Hey, I brought it down. I don't care what happened after that.
You gotta admit, though, it was kind of fun. People liked the show.
Yeah.
Rose being in there, though, that wasn't either of us. I don't know if you knew that. I just wanted to clear the air.
Forgive me if I don't believe you.
You don't have to.
Who else would it be?
Oh, someone who wanted to piss me off. There's a lot of you, you know. Nobody really likes them. Kind of feel bad.
Okay. That ultimately still makes it Emil's doing, if it was...
If that's what helped you sleep at night.
I haven't slept at night for about a decade.
The dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not my fault either. Don't look at me. You look like you want something, Tenant.
I want so many different things that I don't fucking know where to start. But none of them I want from you.
A shame, really. You know, Zirian talks a big game. But at
Which
the
one's
end of the
Zirian again?
day...
There's been a lot of gods flying around. Which one's that?
Don't let him hear you say that. God of rebirth, death. The one fucking Ward works for. That one.
Yeah. Carry on, yeah.
It's a big game. Believes that they're all powerful, but at the end of the day, they're gone. And I'm here. And Ithios, just kind of a wannabe, in my opinion. So if you ever want to work with somebody who can get results and actually knows what they're doing, you've got my number.
Yeah, again, you're working with Emil, so I can't. My faith in you is a little bit shaken. Tell me, are you here because you are just particularly tenacious, or were you just left behind?
Here meaning at this dock, or here meaning in this universe?
I mean, here, all the other gods are gone, but you're still here.
Because they used every last ounce of their divinity to keep me here.
Lucky us.
Lucky you.
Stay away from my fucking wife.
We'll see. A cold wind blows, and he disappears into shadow and smoke.
I think Tennant does the thing where you kind of breathe out and kind of like crouches down on the deck. Stands back up again and walks back onto the ship.
All right. What are the rest of you doing?
Ruby has found her way into... Is Tennant have anything resembling an office on this boat?
No.
Alright, I didn't think so. I'm gonna find where you keep your maps. If you have them, please, please.
Oh,
Please tell me it's not just all off the dome. Oh god. Okay. Well,
this doesn't seem like a map guy. I'm sorry.
oh my god. Okay. Well, then I went and I bought a map.
It's like that generic.
You know when you like buy an IKEA wardrobe and it comes with the big like leaflet?
Yeah.
There's probably like a manual with like a few of your basic world maps, like the fake family photo you get in a picture frame that you buy.
Yeah. Okay. That's perfect. Yeah. Just whatever's there of the shadow system specifically, and has just been spending time poring over it. Like it's weird because like she's in hunter tracker mode, but she can't be outside doing it. So she's just like sat at this table with a lot of this like very nervous, tense energy, and is just poring over it, looking at all of the planets that are in the direction that the dockmaster said they had seen Emil's ship go. So like Dorithium and everything that's more on like that side of the shadow system.
Hmm.
And it's just like, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna know this, but if I do know, if there are any of them that are famously super forested, any of them that are famously super not forested at all, and is trying to like eliminate possibilities if I can.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a history check, unless you want to argue for something else.
Why the fuck is nature a McFreakin' intelligence check? Riddle me this, Batman. Can I say survival?
Sure.
Yes. Okay, cool. Big time slay. Let's see how this goes. That is a nat 20 for a total of 26. You can Die Hard dice. Lesbian fried lesbian rights. Thank you, Die Hard. Mwah, I love you.
Wonderful. Let me tell you about the shadow system.
Tell me about the shadow system.
So, coming out from the inner parts of the system, we've got Gloomwild, Dirthium, and then you have 3 other planets.
Yes.
Planet 1 is Orphea,
Okay.
who is sometimes in the shadow system and sometimes in the whisper system.
That's in the kiss, right?
Well, so it
ish.
passes through the kiss. It's
Got-
like
yeah,
where its orbit is.
I feel you.
And it has nature on it, right? There is this like renowned bardic college that's on it. There's this large garden park that's there. It's called Solstice Park, and it's there to act to like tell citizens what season they're in after passing through the kiss, because passing through this like huge amount of concentrated divine magic kind of fucks with seasons on this planet a little bit. And then there are the Forsaken Bluffs, which are these huge, very tall cliffs that are like up at the tops of mountains that also are kind of surrounded by forest.
Okay.
Then you've got Mornia, which is home to the Shrouded Alps, which is the tallest mountain range in the galaxy. And there are rumors that somewhere deep within the heart of the planet is this remnant of Castellan power or untouched ruins or something, but no one's been able to get to the heart of it and get out, because the locals, whenever anybody comes, are kind of like, fuck you, I'm not going to tell you what is there, go figure it out yourself. And then people will come back down 2 days later and be like beaten, bloodied, bruised, and unsuccessful. But like tall mountain range, pretty forested there as well.
Okay.
And then there's a planet that is kind of penciled in a couple of different areas with like question marks on it, because nobody's entirely sure where it is. It's very small. This is Thorin. It's very small, and it likes to spend a lot of time near the kiss, which makes it really, really hard to find. There's legends that whatever's on this planet is like the gate between the world of the living and the dead, which is also very much thick, snowy forest and frozen and very cold. Right? So I know that was kind of unhelpful. However...
No, that's not unhelpful at all, actually.
However, you would notice that the weather on whatever Rose got to see, it was not snowy.
Okay.
And it honestly looked like probably like a nice 70 degrees, sunny, and partly cloudy, like very mild weather.
That's perfect, because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, Mornia and Thorin both seem to have big seats, things that would be seats of like another deity's power, things that would be like pretty strongly connected to Zirian or fucking somebody else. And I don't think that that Emil would be comfortable there. So I feel like I'm going back to Orphea, because fancy little bardic college, there's a little garden park, like and we could, bamf them with a teleportation circle there and then make their way up to these bluffs that are surrounded by forests where nobody will bother you with a kidnapped person. So that's what Ruby is thinking. Kind of takes all of this information, is like scrawling notes in the side of this super shitty map that is probably just like circles in the approximate spaces that all the planets are. And will pull herself out of it after a minute and go try to find Rose to see if she has any more insight. Holds up the map. Right, I think I've got it narrowed down to a few. What, James? Do you feel like you can say something?
Before you get back, can I
Please
have
do.
tried to do something? Because it's going to determine whether or not I am still here.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah.
Not
Fucking
the
please.
planet here, as in this room of the ship here. Don't
Okay,
everybody
okay,
give me the
okay.
panic dice.
I did a little bit, almost die.
I watched all of you go. And I was like, give me a minute. Can I have, I think, like, with Reva and Rendella out of the room, Tennant having left, and then Ruby having left, I think Rose has, like, sat in this little common room, sort of just, like, staring at the floor, at the spot where she threw her phone, which wasn't very far. Because when I rolled off camera for it, it wasn't that one. So it is, like, a foot away, you know? But I think just kind of looking at it, and, like, mind just, like, this numbing static. And she kind of blinks and, like, centers and goes, no. Fuck this. No. Out loud. And I would like to pick up my phone, kind of, like, look at the probably one little crack that's going through it now, because I feel like with the nat one, maybe it landed on the corner, and there's just, like, one little crack in the corner, and just, oh, shit. And then can I text Nadette and say, I wasn't alone before, I'm alone now, pick up. And I would like to try and find somewhere on the ship where I am alone.
Sure, it's easy
Which
enough.
I know is hard, because it's a small ship, and we've all gone to our own sequestered little rooms.
You can
If
find
I
a
can't find
place.
anything, I'll do it here. Cool. Do I get any kind of answer?
You get do you then call after you text?
I mean, if I'm, like, walking to a room, it's gonna take, like, 3 seconds. But yeah.
The text is read.
Cool.
There's no
Then
response.
I will.
To the text.
Then I'll call. And I'm closing and locking the door of whatever room I'm in.
Nadette Crowcolts film, thank you so much for calling.
Emil.
Oh, Roisin.
You asked me a question, and I didn't answer it. Because I was surrounded by literally my whole family. Kind of funny thing about being sprung on me like that is I didn't have a chance to find a way to speak to you alone.
What was the question? You have to remind me.
You asked me several. First, you asked me if I like being a mother. You might not like the answer, but the answer is yes. Those girls are my whole world in ways that I didn't think that they could be. But you more importantly asked me if I like being left behind and if I'm tired of it. And I am. I'm really fucking tired of being left behind while Tennant is sent away and I'm there to take care of our family. And I'm tired of feeling like a thing to be used for gain, not a person, not an equal. I'm tired of a lot of fucking things. Emil. And, as much as I don't want to give you the credit, you are right, because I think I will always want the power to show people why they shouldn't underestimate me and what my worth is. And I think maybe I've been in denial about that for 11 years. And recent events have sort of reminded me of that very unpleasant part of myself. And I don't want to be afraid anymore. So, you name a place. You tell me where you are. I'm not going to make promises about staying. I'm not going to make any promises about how nice I'll play, because you have hurt me, Emil, in ways that I can't forget. But you wanted a conversation, and so do I. So you tell me where you are, and I will get there.
James.
Yeah.
How honest is Rose being?
None of that is a lie.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
I'm gonna use the inspiration you gave me before we started today.
You got it.
I rolled the same number. Oh wait, I can't roll below 10. We're fine. That's a 25.
And what is... Okay.
Mm-hmm.
None of that is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
But is some of it twisted words?
The thing is, no. Rose will probably always want power. Rose is tired of being used. Rose is tired of being left behind. And Rose said she won't make any promises about what happens when they get there. But she does want a conversation just like he does.
With a natural 20.
I think he can sense there's like caution, but not more than there should be.
With a natural 20 that I don't think really matters all that much. Emil takes a deep breath. I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry if I contributed to people who've used you. I don't want that anymore.
Then prove it, Emil.
I'm texting your location.
Thank you.
I look
I'll be
forward
there
to
as soon as I can.
Okay. Bye.
I hang up and let out a very big fucking breath. And I'll go back out into the room where I'm assuming...
Banging on the door. Rose, I think I figured it out. I think I know where he took her.
I'll open it, and I think you just see, like, a mixture of pure relief and looking like she's gonna throw up.
On my shoes.
I've got it.
You've got it.
Yeah.
Just manifested itself on its own, did it?
What do you think, Ruby? A golden bag.
One new text from the dead.
Oh, we can at least see
I just
if my
kinda-
hunch was right.
Hand my phone to Ruby.
I'll take a look at it.
There is like a blinking dot on Orphea.
I hold up the phone. I hold up the map with Orphea circled. Yeah, Rose, what did you do to get this?
I had a conversation on the phone, Ruby. And he got so caught up in it, he forgot to fucking ask me to go alone. So...
Alright. Give her phone back.
in my pocket.
Can I
Fantastic.
walk back onto the ship at this point?
Go to
looks
location.
so fucking drained. Okay, so I don't know what just happened. We need to figure out what we're doing.
We've got a location.
Oh,
Confirmed.
how?
I figured it out. I hold up the map.
Make a deception check.
Sure. I did, in fact, figure it out all by my lonesome.
I mean, you did do that.
I did do it!
You're hiding something. It's a lie.
I am hiding something. I want to use my DM inspiration that I got before we started the game, because that was a bad roll. That's a worse roll! Okay, 9.
Our DM inspiration really fucked us today. I don't know what
It
that's
really
about.
did.
Homophobia is real.
10 she's hiding something.
Yeah.
I will say, I think you can also
I'm not
see the
lying.
look on my face, which is the same look that Ruby saw.
I showed my work, so nobody can say I
She
didn't.
just looks like she's
go
hiding
through.
something.
I know.
It's like that look that your siblings give you
Yeah.
when they, it's not like a smug, like, apprentice look.
Sure, no.
It's the look of,
For sure.
I'm not telling you everything.
Yeah.
Tennant has seen that look more times than they could possibly count, and just kind of like squints at you, and their eyes move over to Rose, and it looks like they're gonna say something. Okay, where?
Orphea. I would imagine most likely the Forsaken Bluffs. It's all fucked up, surrounded by forests. The climate on either of the other two planets isn't that possibilities aren't right now, and that's most likely one. Probably has teleportation circles, a lot of people there most of the time, as well as a secluded place that you can go with a kidnapping victim.
Okay.
I think at this point, Rodella enters the room.
It's mountain, it's forest, it's everything that I know. Just get us there and I'll find them. Two of my favorite types of terrain, so we'll be good.
I can get us there. It's fine.
Right.
What's going on?
We found her.
We have a place.
Rodella walked in, and I think Rodella looked very different to how you guys have seen them for the last little while. This kind of like, they walked in a way that was actually familiar to you guys. I think Rodella has been kind of unrecognizable for the last however many, days or whatever. And I think Rodella walked in with a kind of like command and confidence that you guys haven't seen for a while. And so the second you say that, Rodella goes, "All right, let's get Nadette back."
Tennant walks over to Rose and kind of like takes Rose's hand and like kisses her knuckles and kind of like looks at her and squeezes your hand twice. Are you okay?
I think there's like a pause and then a like gentle but still like long squeeze of no. Like almost an unsure. But
I think we'll just place a hand on your face and like kiss your cheek. Ruby, can you look at the map and see
The shit map, by the way. You need new maps. You can call yourself a pirate? Come on.
Not pirate. Can we just look at how from Orphea to where the fuck we need to get Mum to in 4 days' time?
Yeah, can I do a little triangulation?
Yeah, we've decided it takes
Travel
about
time.
3 hours to get from planet to planet in the shadow system.
Yes.
So it'll take you 6 hours to get to Orphea. It is like sunset time. So you're going to probably get there in the middle of the night.
Great.
Then to get back to Merc Hollow, 3, 6, 9 more hours.
Okay.
I got some kind of nat 20 a couple sessions ago about getting us to somewhere with a shortcut.
Yes, you can knock an amount of time off for free, and I am looking to see what that is. Give me a moment. 10% of your travel time without rolling, or 20% of your travel time if you want to roll for it.
I'll roll for it.
That's like when we're going thing.
Okay,
We'll get
fine.
there.
Cool.
Right. So I'll explain all of that. So we can, after we've done whatever we need to do there, then we can rest on the way to Mercolo, and we'll be cutting it close, but not as close as I thought.
Okay. Tennant looks at Rodella for the first time and kind of sees this new energy about you and squints at you again, the same squint he just gave Ruby, like, what are you hiding? Can you get the sails ready?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think Rodella looks over at Ruby and sees the map and sees all the work you just did and just kind of like gives you this look and just kind of mouths before they leave. They just go, thank you, and walk out the door.
Yeah.
And I start getting this fucking ship ready to leave.
Sure. Bree, what has Reva been up to? Also, did anybody actually get Ruby Senior?
Yes, I got her last time.
Just making sure we're collecting all the NPCs we need to collect.
Who?
We've
I think Reva is still in a state of just pure emotional turmoil after that conversation with Odella. And I think there's a moment where she has her phone, her communicator, and she's trying to, go with her default coping mechanism, which is to get to work. And I think normally at this moment, she would be an awful, terrible, really frustrating micromanager to her staff, telling them what to do and getting all up in their business. But I think Reva is really shaken. And I think she pauses, and there's a bunch of half-written drafts of messages that are sitting there. And then she leans back. And I think as the hustle and bustle of a ship ready to set sail and those sounds sort of like reverberated through the ship, I think Reva pauses. I think she pauses, leans back, and I think she closes her eyes. I think she closes her eyes. And I think if it's okay, I think she remembers an old nightmare. One from just over a year ago. A nightmare where she's a crow sitting alone in a tree. And in this real cruel moment, I think Reva feels better in that nightmare than she does where she is right now.
Are you on the ship right now?
I think Reva is just kind of, she is.
Can I roll a luck check to see if I stumble across my mom?
Yeah, go ahead, roll a d20.
That's an 18.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
You walk towards the helm of the ship, ready to get your ship raring to go, and your mom's just sitting on the side.
I'm gonna make an insight check. What do I get with a 17, Bree? Nope, 19. I am better at that than I thought.
I think with a 19, what you get, I think, is pretty jarring. I think there's times in your life where you've noticed your mom looking older, looking old. I think it's the first time was right when you got back from the ant farm, maybe 11 years ago, and That's probably also one of the first times you've seen your mom cry. This might be maybe the second or third.
She's crying. I think Tenon, starts prepping the helm, like putting coordinates in, like prepping the ship to leave, so that you know he's behind you and it's not, he's not doing it stealthily. And I think once the ship is kind of ticking away about 5 minutes later, he'll stand next to you and take a cigarette out of his pocket and blow on the end of it so that it lights up and hold it down to you.
I think Riva takes a deep inhale, then hands the cigarette back. You've gotten better at tying knots. Used to be really sloppy. It's okay, I was too. Where are we headed?
To get in a debt.
Where'd they take her?
Orphea. Ruby and Rose figured it out.
Good. Good. You know I love you, right? All of you.
Whatever's going on with you and Mum, you need to sort it out. I'm not having this on my ship. We're gonna get in a debt. And we're gonna sort out the rest. I don't need you to I don't need to tell you to do better, because you know it.
You're right. Fuck. Took you long enough to become a captain. You're right. And I think, Reva takes the cigarette. Like, inhales. looks at you. And I don't know what mixture of pride, regret, and sadness that she looks at you with, and how much of that is mixed with self-loathing, and how much of that is mixed with anger and frustration. And then it just goes quiet. Just goes blank. And she tosses the cigarette off the side of the boat. And then she walks away. And you hear her boots click, click, click.
Jess. Did we decide what personality your ship is?
It's grumpy. I think we even rolled it will go for 9 days before digging its heels in.
You roll 2d6 again at the start of every journey.
Oh, okay.
So you start getting the ship ready to go. You hear, oh, good morning in your head.
Come on, get it together.
Yeah, where are we going this time?
Orphea, this one's actually important, so if you could,
If I could what?
What?
What? If I could what?
Like, get it together, mate. I can get a new fucking ship. Do you know how many fucking ships my family has? You are not the best one of them all.
Oh,
If anything, I feel
great.
sorry for you.
Oh, boo-hoo! You feel sorry for me.
Yeah,
oh,
I
no. Poor little tenant and this ship don't get along.
You're so fucking annoying. I don't know why I
You're
keep
so
sticking
fucking annoying.
I fucking hate you. You know that?
Yeah, I hate you too.
Alright, let's go.
Fine.
That is 7 days.
You got a week of travel before this baby is gonna force you to take an 8-hour break.
Okay.
The ship starts moving and grooving. Slowly, taking its own sweet time, but it does eventually start moving. If you were trying to go 20% faster, could you please roll me a d20?
What was that, Reed?
If you are trying to go 20% faster, could you please roll me a d20?
Come on, baby, I'm using my rose dice. That's a 19.
Nothing.
It rolls so good, James.
Nothing bad happens. You can make it in
there.
Oh God, math.
Yeah, relatable.
Me every day.
No, that's not how you do that.
You got it. You got
That's
it.
how
I believe in
do that.
you.
You can make it in 5 hours instead of 6.
Yeah.
How exciting. The ship starts chugging along. Ruby Sr. makes her way over to you, Tenant, at the helm of the ship.
Great.
This is me coughing. The other one was in character. This one's just me coughing.
Gotcha.
Nice ship.
Don't fucking say that.
Yeah, it's not the best I've ever seen. Better be quite
Alright,
honest with you.
it's actually fine, thank you.
It's a great ship.
What do you want?
I'm just curious where we're going is all.
We're gonna get the net.
Where?
Orphea? What, you don't fucking know where Orphea is?
I'm just trying to remember. It's been a while.
What kind of pirate captain are you?
One who was trapped in a ruby for hundreds of years.
Yeah, and no time passed for you, so fucking get with it.
Grumpy
Sorry.
mood today.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit stressed, Ruby, alright?
I can tell.
Was that it? Do you need anything?
Who took her?
Guy behind the ant farm. The last one, anyway. Not a big fan of me and Rose.
Why?
Because I'm just really cool and sexy, Ruby, and he's really intimidated by it, and really likes my tail, apparently.
Why?
Can I insight check, Ruby?
Sure.
Every
A
time
natural 20 on the Rose dice!
Oh my gosh.
What is happening?
I love this dice!
I have to open her character sheet. Give me a second. Be secret, there you are.
And it's Big Sassy Day. I love it.
Natural 20 for a total of what?
I apologize if you guys keep hearing clacking. I'm playing with
24.
magnets.
Natural
Respect you for
20
that.
for a total of 24. She got a 32.
In what?
Persuasion.
Hate that. There's no reason for her to be that persuasive. I'm afraid it's suspicious. Anyway.
So she's just curious.
Look, it's not. The details belong to Rose, alright? But I did, bring the ant farm down, so I'm sure he's not happy about that. And he has a weird fucking thing with my wife, alright?
Got it. Do you know why now?
My instinct is to say, why not? Because it may as well happen. But he is stronger than the last time. I don't know.
Okay.
You do me a favor.
Depending on the favor.
Keep an eye on your daughter, please. She's
Why?
not doing very good.
Do you know what's going on?
Yeah.
Is it something I can even help with?
I fucking hate this family. I try and fix everything. Just talk to her, Ruby. Just talk to her. Fucking awful things happened after you. And that shit doesn't go away and you can't fix it. So just talk to her.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good captaining.
Thanks.
Don't look at me like I'm lying to you. I'm not.
It's just my face.
Should really get that checked out. She starts walking away.
My face.
What else are people up to on this first leg of the journey?
Can I, kind of still holding my phone, send a little text to Chaser? And I think just in case, what I'm gonna start with is like, hey, how's it going at home? So that I can judge whether or not a child is answering that text message.
Oh.
And I know one thing about kids, it's they take a phone and they fucking run with it, don't they?
That's a great
True, and Chaser has
question.
so many games on her phone.
So many games on her phone.
Doodle Jump, Angry Bird. I got all of it, man.
Odds or even, James?
Odds.
You get, in response, a selfie of Elowen's forehead.
I think Rose, like, looks at it and sighs, and it's like a 50-50 of course this would happen when I needed to be someone else, and also, fuck me, I miss my goddamn kids. And I'll just kind of like, and I'll dial, and while I'm dialing, I'll start walking in whatever direction I think Tennant is.
Sure. The phone picks up. It's Elowen looking at the phone like from above, like it's on the table. And it's like this part of her face.
I'm like holding the phone so she can't see my face, and I'm gonna say, hello, this is the pirates. We're looking for troublemakers. We heard there were troublemakers at this address. Have you heard of any?
Oh, it's the little baby voice at the microphone. It's like, gotta move it closer.
Welcome back.
No, there's no troublemaker. Who told you we were making trouble?
We heard on very good authority that there's at least 2.5 tiny troublemakers.
I'm not doing any trouble. Auntie Chaser let me borrow her phone. She said that I could play the game with the bird where you tap it a bunch of times and it goes up and down. Am I in trouble?
I'll kind of like pull it back a little bit, just enough that she can see my face, and go, of course you're not in trouble. Hi, love. I was just being silly. I missed you.
No, I really got scared there for a second. I didn't want to be in trouble.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Hi.
You're not in trouble. Hi, how are you?
I'm sleepy.
Yeah? You had a very busy day today?
Yeah.
Tell me everything that you did.
Okay, look at this. Look at what I learned in school today. And she holds up her, like, fingers over the phone. So again, now it's just, like, forehead, eyes, and fingers. And she goes, okay, ask me a question about what a number times 9 is, but the number has to be less than 10.
Wait, should your dad be here for this trick? Is this, I mean,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you have the audience. Okay, give me just a moment. And I'll kind of like lower it a little bit. Can I make a perception check to find my husband?
Sure, yeah. Easy. You don't have to roll. He's easy enough to find. He's at the helm of the ship.
Great. I will, anybody else over there? I don't want to.
I don't know. It's
Like-
up to Tennant.
I think he's just such a stinking grumpy aurora around him that no one's going near him.
I think, Rose will kind of like walk up and like footsteps falling a little bit heavier than normal to try and like attract your attention. And you can see like when you look at them, there's like color in her cheeks for the first time in like 24 hours. And I'll kind of walk up still with like the phone facing me and go, sorry to bother you, Captain. I know you're very busy. It's just that, somebody seems to want to show us some kind of trick. And I just thought maybe.
Hi, Dad.
And I'll turn the phone.
Hi.
Forehead and hands, little baby hands. Hi.
I would love to see this trick.
Okay. After you have to ask me what a number of times 9 is, but the number can't be higher than 10.
Looks at Rose.
Okay, what's 2? 2 times 9.
1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 18!
Looks at Janet.
Tennant doesn't know.
Wow, that's
You did it! Great!
that's very impressive. Was that magic? Was that magic you did?
It's
I
called
think it must have
magic.
Maybe. I've been practicing.
Who taught you that one?
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Rosalie at school.
Yeah, I didn't think it was Chaser. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm sleepy. I was telling Mum about the fact that I'm sleepy because I had a big day at school.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. How are you? Are you sleepy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very sleepy.
I miss you guys.
We miss you. Did you do anything else in your big day at school?
We looked at maps.
Fun.
Yeah?
And I ate a pastrami sandwich that Chaser made for me.
Was it good?
It was really good. Everybody was really jealous.
Good. Well, I'm certain not everyone is granted a sandwich.
And we're having pancake. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just got really excited.
No, it's please. I want to know.
We're having pancakes for dinner.
For dinner?
Oh, I wish I had pancakes for dinner.
No, pancakes are not a dinner food. There's a
Maybe we
breakfast
can
food.
send you some in the mail jug.
Ooh. Why don't you
Betty Chaser!
Yeah?
Can we send Mum and Dad some pancakes in the mail jug?
Yeah, sure. Pour some extra syrup in there on top. It's gonna go through the works great.
You just see a tiny little grin. As you can see now, her whole face is taking up the phone, but it is like this.
Where's your sister?
Where's Aspen?
Up to trouble?
She had to take a bath.
Ah, well.
Right, why?
Well, Auntie Cassandra had to take her to the bath because she got paint all over her school clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And then she
Well, that's-
came home and then she rolled around in mud.
Ah,
Okay, well, that's...
there it is.
That's where the paint's meant to go, to be fair.
No, Mum told me that paint's not supposed to go on your body unless it's body paint. And it wasn't body paint.
That doesn't sound correct to me, actually. Mum, where did that come from?
Sorry, is your sister still in the bath or?
I don't know. Auntie Chaser!
Yeah? There's so much love in this voice, but also just the like, God,
Yeah.
these kids ask a lot of fucking questions. Oh my
No,
god.
it's like every 5 minutes there's just Element going, Auntie Chaser!
Yeah.
When is Penny going to be done in the bath?
That's an Auntie Cassandra question, kiddo. I got a lot of flour down here we still gotta clean up. But pancakes are almost ready, so I'll shoot your parents a text. I can send them over, and yeah.
We can just. We don't. They don't. You guys don't have to go. We can just wait. But if you need to go, we can go and we can call you back.
No, you know what? I'm just driving the ship, baby. So you stay on the phone as long as you want, right?
Can I
I'm
help
just
drive
walking-
the ship?
Oh yeah, you should. I'm very tied up and working very hard to help your father drive the ship. So I think I'd love to sort of hand that off. Just
Yeah.
take a break.
I couldn't do it without you, honestly.
I know you couldn't.
Okay, how can I help?
Okay, I'm gonna hold up the phone and I'm like, right.
I'm so
Owen.
sorry. There was just a knock at my door. Can we go to the mid-screen
Hello?
so quickly? I'll be right back.
My child's at the door.
Thanks so much. We're back.
All right, Win. I'm gonna hold the phone up. You tell me where north is. Go. And I start like scanning the seas. Just tell me when to stop. Anytime today. Now?
No. Go back.
Left or right?
Yeah, that way. A little bit more. Now.
Okay. It's a complete wrong direction. Yeah.
It's perfect.
You did it. You could you'd be a pirate captain before you know it.
That would be fun.
No, it wouldn't. Don't you? That's not what we're doing.
I can't be a pirate captain.
I give Tennant a look from the other side of the phone. You can be whatever you want to be, darling.
Yeah, you can be whatever you want to be, except a pirate. Anyway.
Nope.
Squint at Rose.
At this point, Chaser, you hear Aspen's wet little feet running from the bathroom, like towel wrapped around her body. And she comes straight to the kitchen. Hi.
Hey!
Hi.
Did you escape?
Reed, I have such a question. Just for my own mental image. Chaser was cleaning up flour. Aspen is all wet. Flour. I just have to know.
Her feet are covered in flour now, yes. But she is wrapped in one of your towels, so it's like, it's giant on her.
Yeah.
Hi.
Did you escape? Are you done with your bath?
Yeah.
You got all the mud out.
Uh-huh.
And all the paint.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Alright, well, go put your pajamas on. We're almost done down here.
Okay.
You have something you want
to... blows more flour in your face. She runs
kind
away.
of just like runs after her and like scoops her, throws her over one shoulder, and is just like, Owen, your sister is in trouble. You want to help her be? I don't know what the punishment's gonna be, but she's in trouble. You want to help?
Mom, Dad, I have terrible news.
Oh no! What?
Yeah, love.
I think Aspen's in trouble.
That's great news. You can help punish her then.
I don't.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you take us there, and we'll handle the situation, so you don't have to.
Okay, wait, but who's gonna help Dad drive the ship?
Oh, I'll take over again. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Picks up the phone, walks over.
I jokingly like let go of the wheel so it starts spinning, and I look at Rose.
I'm trying to catch it.
Puts the hat back on the wheel. Good job.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
No, I was saying hi to Auntie Chaser.
Oh.
Also,
Hi,
hi.
Auntie Chaser.
You watching the video? Oh, it's not a. Hey, what? Hello. Just like still with Aspen,
I texted your phone and a little rascal answered. So
yeah, she's playing that. There's one game on there that Cassandra has forbade me from playing. But Elowen's really good at it. So you know,
my high score is
play it as much as you want.
117.
Yeah, that sounds like a good score from what I know about the
Chase's high score is 21.
Oh.
That's my girl.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yep. We'll put Aspen down. Be like, go. Your parents are on the phone. Go say hello. What you supposed to do?
Hi. Walks up, like scoots up next to Elowen in the camera frame. Hi.
Hi. Is that my towel?
No. I just have one that looks just like it.
Oh, of course. I forgot about the towel that you have that's identical to my towel. I completely forgot. That's my bad.
You can tell. They're all the same. They're all making trouble. Both. Well, actually, Elowen is doing fantastic. Elowen, I'm just lean down. As something that I think she's had to learn that she has to do over the last 24 hours is lean down and go, you're not actually in trouble. Elowen's in trouble for beating me at this game.
Oh, no.
I know. She's too good at it. She's just absolutely kicking my butt. And
what's Aspen in trouble for?
Nothing. I'm not in trouble for anything. I've never done anything wrong in my life. That's what Mom always tells me.
General messes, mischief, shenanigans. You know the drill.
Okay.
Shenanigans?
Shenanigans.
That's a big word.
Not
for us.
shenanigans.
Shenanigans. And you know what they say? If you let them shenan once, they're gonna shenan again. So we gotta
I have heard that. Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
It's okay. You'll understand when you're older.
Okay. Mom.
Yes.
Mom.
Yes, Penny.
Hi.
Hi, love. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm a little bit frustrated because.
Oh no! Why are you frustrated?
Guess what happened at school today?
Tell me what happened at school
I
today.
mouthed to Rose, Bobby Masterson.
Bobby Masterson.
Ah.
I don't like to answer questions in class a lot because I think that it's unfair to everybody else if I answer them all the time because then I'd be right and they wouldn't get to learn anything. But I raised my hand for the first time in like maybe a long time, and Bobby Masterson also raised his hand and he got to answer the question and I didn't.
Chop his hands off.
Nope.
That's
No.
what I
No.
said.
No. No. Well,
You can't
You know,
raise his
I
hand if you ain't got any. That's one.
you just give Tennant a look, but it's more like fond than it is exasperated. Well, that sounds very frustrating, but can I give you the other side of that, perhaps?
Yeah.
Is it that Bobby Masterson is wrong so often in his life that Miss Rosalie said this is his one chance to be right? And Penny's going to be right 100 more times after this every single day, but Bobby, oof. He's got one shot at it. And wasn't it generous of you to let him have his moment so that you can be right tomorrow if you'd like to be?
Yeah. I'm pretty nice.
You are very nice. Thank you for being so generous.
You're welcome.
The next
I
time,
miss
chop his hands off.
you. What, Dad?
Nothing.
I miss you guys.
We miss you
Yeah.
too.
Elwyn has befriended all of the other parents from the planet.
On the planet?
Yeah, she keeps bringing lemon bars to the PTO meetings.
Oh.
That's
PTA?
right.
PTO? What's the PTE?
It's PT. You got it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I looked at Rose. Why wasn't I invited to PTO? I'm a parent.
The last time I asked if you wanted to come, you looked at me like I was insane and you said you want me to go sit in a room with a bunch of moms worried about their fucking bake sale, I think was the exact. What?
Don't swear in front of the kids.
No, this was a conversation you and I had.
Right.
Do you want to be in the PTA?
No, but maybe it would have been nice to be invited.
You don't have
invite-
to go.
Okay.
You don't have to go because Elwyn goes for the family.
That's not how
I
that's
want
meant
it on
to
the
work.
record. I also do go to PTA meetings sometimes.
I don't know. People really like the lemon bars.
Okay.
God, I love my children.
So weird.
Okay, yeah. Well, I hope you're having fun. What was it? Jan was on it? June? I can't remember the fucking name. We had a chat with some of the parents at the school gate.
Elwyn kind of grabs the phone back. Well, my new best friend is Miss Linda.
Yeah,
It's Linda.
Yeah, Janet's on the outs.
Oh.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I brought lemon bars for everybody, and Miss Janet didn't even eat the whole lemon bar.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
That
what?
made Elwyn very sad, and then the Elwyn being that sad made all the other moms very upset with Janet. So
So
Yeah.
Janet stopped coming to PTA meetings.
Oh,
Mhm.
all
And good
together.
riddance.
Yeah, well, also because when I walked to school with Mr. Carl,
What?
he if he sees Miss Janet, he looks at her really mean, like this.
Oh.
Good.
Okay.
What's Miss Janet's last name?
Looks at Chaser. I don't remember. Do you remember?
If not for this family, I would forget that people have last names. So
I don't know, but it's okay because Miss Linda really likes my lemon bars and she always eats an extra.
Linda rocks, man.
All right.
Right, yeah, well-
I'll note down for our return. We hate Janet. We like Linda.
I know it's a very complex like social ecosystem that's happening here. I did not know that there were this many like intricacies or whatever, but you know,
You hear
it went
Aspen
on
in the background.
Dorithium.
Give me the phone. Give me the phone. Give me the phone. Give me the phone.
Hey, Penny, say please.
Please. Handed the phone. I got pants on my head. She's got pajama pants on her head.
You certainly
Again!
do. That's-
She starts
Come on, we
flopping them
know that's not where they go. They're meant to
Yo,
go on Artie Chase's head. Come on, Aspen.
Yeah.
Hey, hey!
She starts taking the pants off her head and trying
Not
to reach to
throw
put them on
under the
Chase's
bus.
head.
You can't have a repeat of last night, dude. It was freaking insane. Don't do this to me.
I think I have to go help Auntie Chase and not be tripped by a pair of pajama pants. And
Yes,
then we have to
please.
go eat dinner, but we'll send you pancakes in the mail jug.
I'll tell you what. Instead of doing that, why don't you just eat as much as you want, and when your last bite, the one that's perfect, you eat that for me. Yeah.
Or,
And you're done.
wild idea, send us some mail in the mail jug.
You could also just write a letter.
I
to
would-
us.
Yeah. Why don't you draw a picture for Mummy, and then you can send that. Okay.
You cut out.
I said, okay, I will.
Okay. Great.
I love you guys. You hear
I love
Aspen in
you.
the
Would
background
you-
going, pants head, pants head,
Oh
pants
my
head.
god.
Would you put your Aunt Chaser on the phone for just a quick minute, and then I promise I'll let her get back to pancakes.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. And we'll kind of leave the room for a little bit and be like, Aspen, please, please, please. We could put extra chocolate chips in the pancake. We could do. Do you want to do bar night again? We'll do virgin mimosas for everybody. It's gonna be a really fun. We'll keep the bar open super late. It'll be fantastic.
Naomi, just give her a $5 and it shuts her up. It's fine.
I refuse. I will not negotiate with. I'm already negotiating with the little terrorist. I can't. You know, it's
Pants, pants.
just if you put the pants on my head, will you put actual pants on your body?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
She runs away.
We'll go up.
FaceTime with Chaser with pants on their head.
Yeah, we go up into like the guest bedroom or something where she and Cassandra have been and just close the door.
It suits
Um,
you. You should keep that.
Yeah,
look.
you think? I've been thinking about
Yeah.
it. It's a new look, but I don't hate it.
Really start a trend.
Yeah, gingham is
Oh, no.
great on you.
I love your children. Please come back.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys good? How are things?
2 very, very quick things, and then I'll let you get back to the chaos
for
that
it.
is what I grew and pushed out of my body. Yeah, 1, we broke into Sucker Punch. I'm not going to apologize for that. I picked the lock very good.
I locked
We
it.
didn't- Yes.
Oh well, sorry.
Diana, don't take this from me.
You didn't sweep though. Do you know how to use a broom?
I'm not gonna answer
As
that,
not
man.
a quarter staff. Okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah, that being said, Flint of the Keepers did mop
Yes.
your floor, just so you know. I don't know
Wow.
how that affects. Yeah, so that's I don't. Is that a good thing?
Oh, I'm
You
to the
didn't like it
payroll.
all sticky.
No, that's
Okay.
fine. It needed it. I'm gonna be so on it.
Yeah,
It needed
it
it.
did.
Yeah.
It did need that. Yeah. Other thing,
Mm-hmm.
just I don't think it'll matter for you. I don't think it'll affect you, but I just wanted to let you know that yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Emil is back and trying to fuck us over and has taken a debt, and we're gonna go do that. So
Uh-huh.
just maybe
Okay.
keep an eye out. Be a bit
Mm-hmm.
safe.
All right. Sure. That's cool. That's fantastic.
We're having
Okay.
time.
Hey, you remember that? I showed you how to break a nose, right?
Yes.
And you remember, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I broke his nose last time. You were there.
Yeah. I was there. You want to Fuck.
Hey, Chaser, we've got it handled. I
I
don't
know.
imagine it
I
will come
know.
back on At home?
No,
At all?
I know, and I'm already, fuck, I need a drink. Okay. I'm already keeping an eye out for everything, under the sun, and Carl is actually a fantastic conversationalist once you get to know him.
Is he?
But yeah, you would not believe that guy does whittling. It's crazy.
What the fuck is whittling?
Like making little wood. I'm okay. I'm not doing this right now. No, that's like I said. I'm keeping an eye out for everything. I really wanted to get my hands on that little twerp. But if there's anybody who's gonna do as good a job to him as I could have, I know it's you guys. So make sure you get a couple hits in for me.
You got it.
All right.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
No problem. And everything here is insane, but what I am being assured by Sam is the normal amount of insane. So
Is Sam okay?
a little quiet today, but I don't know, I assume she's got like a life, so
You just look after her for a while. I'm just kind of assuming somebody told her, so
I'll keep an eye on her and see if she wants to come over for pancakes.
thanks.
No problem.
Right. So I will let you get back to the chaos. Just wanted to give you a heads up.
Alright, well, thanks for letting me know. Go beat his ass for me, and I'll see you soon, okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
Love you.
Love you, Rose! Hangs up.
Fucking bitch. Anyway.
A few minutes later,
kinda-
Tennant gets a text that's like, I love you too!
I just send a heart emoji back.
Just
Yeah.
kind of like thunk my head on Tennant's shoulder.
Start like giving you a little scalp massage.
Yeah.
Hold your head.
What?
How did you get the location?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah. I'm assuming you verbally assaulted him until he cried and shit his pants.
You see, I was awaiting to tell you on your birthday.
Right.
No, I told him what he wanted to hear. So. And it must have worked, because they forgot all about the stipulation of coming alone, or maybe chose not to care, and I actually got something akin to an apology, which is odd.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to accept it, obviously. I'm going to kick his ass, but still.
You are brilliant. You know that.
Yeah, I keep saying that, and yet people around in this family, they don't seem to notice.
I noticed.
Kind of a sad little smile. I know. I know. And, I appreciate it. It's not on you to fix it all.
I'm not gonna let him hurt you.
I know. And even though you are a very capable person, I'm not going to let them do anything to you either. So, guess we've got each other's backs as always.
Always.
You promise me you're not going to do anything brave and stupid? Throw yourself into danger?
Everything I do is either brave or stupid or both.
You know what I'm asking, though.
I know. I have every intention of going back home with you, to my kids.
Good, because, I'll be very cross. So.
Rose, if anything's gonna fucking kill me, it's not gonna be that wanker.
I guess I'm just worried that all of us thinking that way is gonna come back to bite us in the ass. We've gotten a lot stronger, Tenant. He might have too. And he's a fucking rat, don't get me wrong, but I know this is very unusual for me, but I worry. That's all. There is one other thing, because, life is... I'm assuming we're resting before we go find Sam.
About how many hours do we have left?
4.5. 4 minutes. 4 hours, 15 minutes.
4 minutes.
What time of day
Yeah,
is it?
4 minutes.
Evening?
Yeah,
Only got
evening.
4 minutes, so...
You'll probably get there around midnight, 1 a.m.
I mean, I know you need to recharge, probably.
Yeah. It's been a very long day, so I don't know if you remember how it started, but...
I remember.
Yeah. I need to rest before we can do this, but if I do, I have an appointment to keep, so...
Okay. What do you want me to say?
I mean, I don't know. If you could conjure up the right answer from somewhere out in space, I mean, that would be helpful, but, just kind of reach up and, smooth some of your hair back a little bit. I don't have any intention of taking any deal. But I also don't know what they're gonna dangle in front of me. And I just... It's been a bad fucking day. Like a really bad fucking day. And I just... I'm feeling a bit lost and defeated. Just from everything and the fact that half the things I told Emil were true. All of them were true. And I think, to no fault of yours at all, I felt really used today. Really disregarded. And, I don't want to do anything stupid. But I also know there's a very dark part of me that I've been trying to shed for 11 years that likes to be in control. I'm feeling really out of control right now. And I don't know what to do about it. And I just, I didn't mean to come up here and dump all of this on you. I'm just kind of, on, like, the brink. You know what to say, usually.
He's gonna take you by the shoulders and turn you around and place your hands on the steering wheel, and his hands cover your own. Kind of rests his chin on your shoulder. Things are gonna change. And you are gonna get to decide how they change. Whether that is unseating my mother from the head of this organization and running it ourselves, or whether that is steering this ship somewhere, anywhere you want to go. Whatever you want to take in your hands, I will hold it with you.
I think just kind of like rest my head against yours on my shoulder a little bit, and you can feel like the kind of shaky breath that she takes. Okay.
You don't need anyone to give it to you, Rose. Is what a queen does. She takes it.
Yeah. 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 And I think you can kind of feel the resistance at what you said about being a queen. Not so much on that the sentiment is untrue, but I think you have recognized Rose's imposter syndrome almost enough to know that the unsaid sentence was, but I'm not a queen. And I won't be. But instead she kind of just closes her eyes a little bit. Okay, just one day at a time, right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna rest tonight?
Yeah, if I'm gonna kill this guy. Yeah.
Okay. I'll wait up for you.
Okay.
And I think we'll kind of just turn in your arms a little bit to kiss you.
Kiss you back.
Yeah.
And I think there is where we're going to take our break. Don't change that Twitch channel. We'll be right back in 10 to 15 minutes. See you in a bit. Hello, we are back and better than ever. Let's get right back into our story. We're gonna start with Bree.
As the ship is moving, and as Riva walks away, you hear the click of her boots slowly get softer as she makes her way deeper into the ship. I think with practice, she slips into the hold, and she looks around, And she starts stacking some crates together, some barrels, and takes like a spare sailcloth and drapes it over the top. And as she slips into this little fort that she's made in the hold, Riva is not the 60-year-old matriarch of the Crowcolt clan. Riva is a 10-year-old girl who's just lost her mom. And she sits down. And she sits in the fort. And she closes her eyes. And she channels the whispers of the dead, the little stolen piece of Syrian's power.
Sitting across from you, legs crossed, hands firmly planted in her lap, you can see a tiefling with skin that's gray, almost purple, long white hair, shining yellow eyes, and a big smile on her face. Hi! I missed you.
Shut up, leave me alone. You're not real.
You called me here. What do you mean I'm not real?
How can you be real?
You wanted something from me, right? Come, let me teach you something. It's my turn to teach you something. You always taught me.
You were always able to find me. Oh, fine. Teach me.
You're not as good at hiding as you think you are.
Bullshit. I'm the best fucking person at hiding, and you know it.
I don't think so.
Liar.
I don't think I'm lying. Kind of rests her chin in her hands. Bernadette's eyes kind of travel around, looking around you before they land back on you. So, what do you want to learn?
How? Bernadette. How do I say I'm sorry? It's never good at saying I'm sorry.
I'm very limited in what I can teach you.
And if you can't teach me how to be sorry, what can you do?
Listen. Sometimes You really have to mean it when you say you're sorry. And that doesn't mean with just words. Words don't really mean anything if they're not backed up by actions.
But actions don't mean anything if they don't come with the words. And every time I want to say them, I feel myself choking.
You can see her like ghostly translucent hand comes to reach out for you, and then she remembers the boundaries of this ability and brings her hand back.
The rat in the corner, chomping on a bone.
You can't say you're sorry without saying you're sorry, Riva.
How am I supposed to forgive Lawrence? How am I supposed to forgive myself?
Because I do. You always told me you wanted to be more like me. I forgive you.
Do you mean that? Oh. Do you really mean that?
I do.
I wish you were here. Oh. I don't know what it is that makes it so hard to say. Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's sadness and regret. The times that really scare me is when it's anger.
We didn't hear sorry a lot growing up, Riva.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. What am I supposed to do now?
I don't know. I can't stay here much longer.
I know. I know.
Listen. If there's one thing I can give you, maybe it's a little bit of help getting people to believe. Believe you when you say that you're sorry. But you have to say it for it to work.
Bernadette, I don't want you to give me the power or make it easier for people to believe. I want your help in helping me say it.
She just kind of shrugs. This is all I can give. I wish I could hold your hand and walk with you through it, but this is all I can give.
Thank you.
I love you.
I miss you.
I'm not that far.
And I think three of us sort of rocks back and forth. Just a lifetime away.
And she disappears. She has offered you proficiency in persuasion. It is up to you if you take it.
Hell yeah, I'll take it.
Cool. Okay. TT,
Yeah.
what's Renella up to?
I don't know. Crying in a corner. Yeah, I think Redella's just been keeping very busy. I think she's been running around the ship and just making sure everything's in place and talking to the kids and seeing what the plans are, and has just been being Redella. And I think this kind of like mask that she's wearing at the moment, just to like get through this, is kind of the thing that's keeping her going at the moment. So she's just keeping busy.
You fill your hands with odd jobs, tying knots again and again and again 3 times over, even though they were perfectly done the first time. Grabbing a dirt rag or an extra rag and sweeping dust off of tables. And your mind wanders. What are you thinking about?
I think Redella as she's running around and tidying and doing all this stuff that doesn't really matter, picks up one of Tennant's shirts that's been kind of like flung over a chair or something, and kind of stops for a second and looks down at it and starts kind of fiddling with the fabric. And suddenly Redella is in a different house. And in a different room. And there's a large, like, 4-poster bed in the corner. And the room has kind of creamy white walls with lots of pictures kind of put everywhere. There's a fireplace, and there's kind of lots of rugs thrown across the ground. And there's a window that has vines kind of growing around the edges, and it's a really warm, cozy room. And Redella is holding a shirt and staring at it. And she looks up and she looks at herself in one of the hanging mirrors on the wall. And she's young. And she has this long hair that kind of stops just beneath her collar. That's kind of braided back and messy. And as she's holding this shirt, she just kind of glances to the door to see if she can hear anything on the other side. And then takes off the shirt that she's wearing, or, unbuttons and takes off the dress that she's wearing. And throws the shirt on. And then she starts rifling through the clothes in a nearby drawer, and pulls out a pair of trousers and puts those on, but she's struggling to get them on. They're too small. And so she kind of tugs it up over one leg and then gets a little frustrated, and then it rips a little bit, and she's like, oh shit. And I think at that point she hears something on the other side of the door and just freezes and glances over at it.
You can hear the jingle of keys, the sound of somebody shuffling a pair of shoes off of a jacket being hung on the coat hooks. Footsteps coming ever closer in your direction.
I think Rodella frantically starts taking the pants off and gets caught up in them and nearly trips and is just kind of like a pile on the floor as she's frantically oh fuck.
Rodella?
Hi, Henry.
Are you okay?
Yep. Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Can I come in?
Yep.
The door kind of creaks open.
I think Rodella's sitting on the floor, just has kind of laid out and is just sitting there with these pants tangled around her legs and is just defeated. Hi.
We see Henry Harzipper, who is tall and lanky and gangly and mostly limbs, who kind of looks down at you. Hi.
Hi.
Can I help you
didn't
out?
know you were coming back.
Neither did I. I got sent home from work early.
Hmm.
Can I... offers you a hand.
Yeah, thanks. I think she tries to get up, but is still tangled and just God, and rips the pants off her legs and is just standing there in Henry's shirt with no pants. They were a little small.
Yeah. It
sorry,
looks
this is weird.
No, you look nice. It's not entirely your style.
Yeah.
Looks at the fact that the top button can barely button because it would literally choke you.
And I think when Henry says that, Rodella reaches down and picks up the dress and is yeah, no, I'll put my clothes back on.
Hold on a minute. I think I actually might have something that fits you better. Give me 1 second. Goes and starts digging through the closet that's already very clearly been rifled through, and finds this old box in the back corner that's labeled donations with a Sharpie on it. He pulls it out. He starts throwing different things, different towels and suspenders and belts, until he finally finds an old light blue button up that he fluffs out. He holds it up to himself and he's yeah, my mom never quite learned my size. It's a little too big.
Yeah.
You wanna try it?
Yeah?
It was sitting in a box. It's not doing me any good.
Okay. I think Rodella kind of like hesitantly takes it and runs her fingers over the fabric. And then quickly switches out of Henry's shirt and puts this one on, and it falls kind of perfectly. It hits the shoulders just right, hits her wrists just right. And I think for a second, Rodella like kind of turns and looks in the mirror again.
Henry's right behind you, like fixing the collar, smoothing it down.
I think, yeah, she looks in the mirror again, and she just kind of...
Now this, I think, is more your style.
Yeah. That would be nice.
You know, I've been thinking, what happens if I suddenly grow a bunch of muscle overnight? You know? Then I'm not going to be able to fit into any of my clothing. So we should probably have some extra just in case. What do you think?
I think Rodella turns around and she looks just with so much fondness. And she reaches up and just kind of like cups Henry's face and like runs her fingers through his hair. She's like at least that much taller than him. And she's looking down at him. And she kisses him on the forehead. And it's a very platonic kind of love. Mm. It's a very much like this is her dearest person. Mm. And she just smiles and says, you know, I think I really lucked out marrying you.
He smiles and will kind of very gently rest his head on your shoulder, rubbing like light circles into the upper part of your back.
Please, don't tell Aoife about me on the ground and the pants and the...
I didn't even cross my mind. Don't even worry about it.
Make fun of me relentlessly. Just relentlessly.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry.
10-year-olds are so mean.
She's kind of a... No, never mind. I won't. No, it's fine.
Yeah, no, let's rewind that. Rewind, take a step back.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Is there anything else that would make you more comfortable?
I've been thinking about cutting my hair. But as we know from the last time that I attempted to cut yours, I am not quite the one who should be doing that. But I don't know a lot of people around here that... So maybe it's your turn.
You can't hold me liable if it comes out badly.
Oh, I still will.
I know. He walks off to go grab the kitchen scissors.
I think Rodella watches him leave and then hears him and Aoife start arguing in the other room.
Just let me get past you, please, for the love of... please. I swear you can go back to whatever you were doing beforehand. I just need to get past you, please, just for 1 minute, please. Goes back like 5 minutes later with kitchen scissors.
I think
I just fought a war.
I could hear it.
You know,
Did he
you're
forget?
lucky I love you.
All right.
Kind of comes and stands behind you in the mirror and like gathers your hair and, you know, undoes the braids that he did that morning. Pulls them back into like 2 small ponytails on either side and kind of offers you the scissors and points to like right below one of the ponytails for where you can cut.
Okay. I think Rodella kind of takes a minute. And in this moment, this is the most free that she's ever felt. She's spent a lifetime trying to fit into this mold, being the oldest in her family, trying to fit into this mold and this life that her parents wanted for her. And finding Henry, who is somebody who is so willing to let her do whatever she wants in this little corner of the world that they've kind of created for themselves, where nobody really bothers them and nobody is there to say yes or no. Rodella feels completely liberated and at peace, and she takes a deep breath and snips. And I think as the hair falls to the floor, it sizzles and turns to ash. And suddenly Rodella is standing in that same room, but the entire room has burned to the ground. And she is staring at the ruins of this house that, you know, weeks ago was her sanctuary. And she drops the matches she was holding and starts screaming. And she screams until her throat is raw and she can taste iron. And then she keeps screaming.
The flames eventually fade away. There's no fire that can burn forever. And you're back on the ship with a rag in your hand that you've squeezed and twisted until there's a hole in the center of it. The taste of iron in your mouth. Diana.
Motherfucker. All right, hi. Yeah, Reed, what's up? What can I do for you?
What's Ruby up to?
Ruby has, doesn't know a lot about sailing, is like, there's nothing I can do here. So has taken her shitty map that she's decided is mine now, and her new bow, and her quiver, and has gone up into the crow's nest, because of course she has. And is just sat there, preparing some new arrows, experimenting with her bow, druid crafting some of the little bits of thorns from this sick-ass bow that she loves so much already, and the Van Rots are not getting it back, unfortunately. And taking little bits of that and trying to, affix it to the tips of her arrows. And it's just kind of curled up there, doing the closest thing to meditation that she knows how to do, which is preparing her weapons for war. And is just kind of curled up, not like curled up, but like, you know, how you are when you found, similar to probably what Reva's doing, when you like are a kid and you found that one little spot that you still can fit into, that one little hidey hole that like you probably have outgrown, but you can still make it if you squeeze. And I think that as she is sitting there, her mind sort of wanders back to another time around 11 years ago, when she was huddled outside underneath one of the balconies in their home on Crow Lane. You know, chilly, wet, damp night, the kind that seeps into your bones, but that doesn't bother her. It's how things are here. That's home. But she's just sitting there simultaneously listening to and trying not to hear the increasingly raised voices of her mother's and her brother from inside the house.
I think when the volume of these voices has reached its peak and you don't think you've ever heard them screaming at each other like this before, there is a slam of a door that makes the entire house shake. And you can hear Tennant's footsteps up the stairs. And he's in his room, and there is a frenzy of activity.
I think Ruby kind of pauses, looks up into the space across from her, and just says, "All right, Rod, let's go see how bad it is this time." And he's still alive. Yeah, I knew none of you fuckers thought about that. Slips out from her little spot, and makes her way around the side of the house. She does not go back down to ground level. This, you know, making her way across gutters, loose shingles, even though everything is still a little bit wet and damp in the evening. It's like a playground for her. This is how she grew up. This is how she honed all of her skills. Kind of makes her way around to Tennant's window, and will just kind of give a light little knock.
Inside you can see this blur that is Tennant. Long hair. Silver shot with black. Clean shaven. And he's pulling things from drawers. Pulling entire drawers out of their cabinets and just throwing them on the floor. Grabbing a couple things. Throwing them into a sack on the bed. Pulling clothes out of the wardrobe. And there's no sign that they've heard you, but you know that your brother always knows where you are. And you know that the window is always open for you, because fuck if you've ever used the front door.
There's like a half second of, as she sees what's happening, understands what this means, because she understands her brother, where there's just a little flicker of fear, and then it's gone, and she just lets herself in and kind of sits on the windowsill. Decided to redecorate then in the middle of the night?
Just get whatever you want to bring. We're leaving. So,
What are you talking about?
We're going.
I don't want any of your stuff. None of your shit fits me. I've tried already. You're too tall.
Pack a bag.
10.
We're getting out of here. Okay?
All Alright, if you want to go for a walk, we can. We can stay in the woods as long as we want.
I can't do this anymore. We are leaving.
And
we are not coming back, alright?
And look, it sounded bad in there, but it can't be as bad as all
Ruby,
that.
Ruby, fucking listen to me.
Lieutenant,
I am going.
are you...
I cannot be here anymore. Okay? And you are coming with me.
Funny. That's not funny.
I'm not fucking laughing. Right? I can't do it anymore. So pack your fucking things and come with me.
I can't. Who's gonna look after Nadette?
Well,
Are you really serious? It's not like the time when we were kids. You'd pack a bag every time Mom told you couldn't have dessert, and you'd run off for an hour and come.
if I stay here, I'm gonna die. And I'm gonna die so fucking miserable, and I can't.
You're scaring me. Okay? What?
This is not a life. You know that. You know this is no life.
What are you talking about?
We can have a
our
life.
This is our whole life. This is our whole world.
Grabs your hand. There is a whole fucking world out there, Ruby. And you and I are gonna
I don't want it. We have one here, right here.
This is not a life.
Mom, and it's me.
Is this what you want? Tell me this is what you want. Tell me you want them to send you out every fucking night to kill some new fucking person. Tell me that is what you want. Picking yourself up off the street. Arrows in you, bullets in you. Tell me that is what you want. Tell me that makes you happy?
This is the only thing I know how to do. What will we do out there? What will we do?
Anything other than this.
I'm not. I don't. And please don't. Please don't do anything too stupid. He climbs out the window. She kind of takes a minute to wipe the tears out of her eyes so she can see where she's going, because this night that for up until now felt familiar is just so treacherous. That journey back up to the top of the house is one that she's made 1,000 times, and now she has absolutely no idea if her foot is going to meet the floor when she puts her weight on it, but she kind of doesn't care. And when he eventually goes, Ruby, who prides herself on seeing everything, on being the watcher, can't bear to look. And as she kind of takes a second comes back into herself, pauses making these arrows. She just kind of sits in that guilt. She feels guilty that she didn't try harder to stop him. She feels guilty that she didn't go because maybe if she had gone, then what happened to him wouldn't have happened. And the one horrible thought that she knows is awful and selfish to think, but she thinks it anyway, is that maybe if she had gone with him and they had been thrown into the ant farm together, then there wouldn't be a part of him that she no longer knows. I love you, Jess.
You find yourself back in your own body and you're at this present time up on the crow's nest. The arrow you've been working on snapped in your hand. I'm gonna wait for Frankie to finish drinking his water.
Hydrated King Frankie.
He's the comedic relief in between each one. Just letting you know. You look at the splintered wood in your hands. Something that was once one, now two. And it stings probably more than it should. Do we need to take a moment, or can we continue? Either is okay. You're saying that, Jess, but you are immediately shifting characters, so if you do need a moment, we can take a moment.
Hydration break to reload the tears.
All right.
I warned you.
James.
Hey, babe.
What's Rose up to?
I'd love to tell you. And I'll take a long moment to talk about this so that Jess can stop crying. You know, we're going to be real so descriptive. I think Rose kind of goes back to her and Tennant's bedroom on the ship. And kind of first, like, will take this robe that they got from the treasury and sits and takes some time to attune to it. And then finishes. And there's just like a second where her mind is still. And that's a second too long. And so we'll go and like unpack some of their things and then like pack go bags for if they need to hike. And then eventually, sort of at a loss for something to do, we'll pull out the notes that they've been working on for the better part of like 2 years, I think at this point, 1.5 years at least, about fake contracts that she's been working on for Riva. And we'll kind of like put on like pajamas, sit cross-legged on this bed with these notes spread out in front of her, and try to focus on the words, and she'll like make a little progress and then stop because like the oppressive weight of everything right now becomes too much, and then she tries to make herself focus. And I think like here, kind of surrounded by this magic that is so inherently fae and so inherently like that part of them that's been locked away for a while, as well as, you know, Tennant's words just a couple hours before about like, you know, a queen would take what she wants, and just all of these conversations. I think Rose's mind ends up kind of fixing on this moment in time, the moment where she realized she would never be queen. And like fully, finally began to realize that their future was not what she thought it was going to be. And I think the moment that kind of goes back to for her is in Everglen in the Oaken Court, sitting on the back like white marble steps of the Monarch estate, which I know we saw a little bit in the wedding one shot, but is this like huge estate of like white pillars and like ivy crawling over windows that every now and then will have like perfectly picturesque like butterflies of all colors resting on, and just so like blooming with life and flowers. And the Monarch estate is sort of like the exact middle slider of like a mansion and a castle, not quite either. And it's the evening of the Monarch Ball, which is this huge masquerade ball that the Oaks throw every single year. It's like got a different theme every year. It is like the event for every noble in Everglen and anyone who's not a noble who's just lucky enough to find a way in. And as this sort of like string music is muffled from the other side of these stained glass windows. Rose sits on these steps. Once this like picture of a crown princess, like this sort of like autumn colored copper hair that was once like perfectly curly and pulled back is now like half fallen in these sort of just like messy crumpled curls, and their like cheeks are wet with, she's not crying anymore, but they cried so much that like her face was just too wet to even like have the energy to wipe away, and so just sort of sitting there staring out at the legacy garden, which every king and queen adds to, every queen, the kings don't change, add to in their time, and just sort of this like ball gown kind of like splayed out on the steps around her, holding a half-empty bottle of very expensive champagne, and is just sort of sitting here staring at the circlet that she's thrown into the grass like 10 feet away, that's this like woven strands of just beautiful shining gold metals that have been crafted into leaves and flowers and inlaid with emeralds. And it's just staring at it to this like weird fucked up soundtrack of this muffled music and the laughter of people inside who are having fun, and just replaying this argument that she's had with her father, who finally said, Roisin, you will never be Queen of Everglen. And it's just like stuck staring at this.
You hear footsteps crunching in the grass.
Yeah.
Not steady, frantic and sounding like they're tripping over themselves. And your brother stumbles into your eye line. Roisin, I was looking everywhere for you. Where'd you go? Are you okay?
Kind of like blinks a little bit and begins like trying to wipe her face, kind of with the back of the hand that's holding this bottle.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Hi. Sorry. I didn't mean to run off.
They lower themselves down and it looks as if they're going to like kind of crouch in front of you, but they end up kind of losing their balance and just fall forward onto their knees. So they're just kneeling in front of you, their hands upright, hands kind of clasped in front of them in distress. Rose.
Hi, Locke. Do you want to... It kind of starts like... puts the bottle down a little bit clumsily. Will start like kind of taking the fabric of her skirts and pulling it closer. Do you want to sit? You can sit if you want.
I am. Yeah, I'll sit. Shuffles next to you, gingerly kind of. Their kind of uniform that they're in is really tight, and so they kind of have to sit with it. They're trying to not man spread, but it's just the inseam is too tight, and so they're just
sure
squeaking. Fuck! I hate this suit. This is really sorry.
Look, you have mice in your pockets.
Do I? I don't think I. Oh, yeah, that was a joke.
Okay. Kind of reach over, grab the bottle again, hold it over to you.
Yeah.
I drank most of it already, but if you want some, you're welcome to it. So.
Thank you. Oh, what a night.
What a night.
I saw you and Father were having a conversation.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know if it counts as a conversation if he doesn't hear a single fucking thing that comes out of my mouth, but
Just ignore. I'm so sorry. Just ignore it. We can have our own party. Grabs your hand. Okay, I'll steal a musician or something, and we can go run into the garden, and I'll dance with you. And fuck him.
Mark.
Fuck him. Okay.
Mark. He's made his decision. It's not me.
What's not you?
I would say congratulations, but I don't think you want it. So. No, he's apparently all I'm good for anymore is an introduction to an eligible duke, the Autumn Court. So, that's what he thinks of me.
Well, that's... I'll talk to him. I'll have a word.
What? I think it's a bit late for that. Thank you. Yeah, I thought I had it. Kind of like looks down at one of these curls, these like red curls that for Rose, autumn is like happiness, kind of falling in her face. And just like almost like in a moment of barely contained anger, kind of just like a little rougher than she should, like tears it back out of her eyeline. I thought, he stopped correcting me, and so I thought that I had shown him. No. So.
Rose, it should be you. It doesn't make any sense. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. For the first time in my whole life, I actually don't know the answers to that question, because it seems like the only thing behind Door A is a perfectly respectable life of marriage with no love and running, I don't know, fucking tea parties for the other noble wives with nothing to do. And furthering the line, and I don't think I have that in me. But there isn't a Door B, so mostly just drinking this bottle of champagne. Is what I'm doing. I thought I had it, Locke. I thought I showed him. I guess I did show him, and I didn't show him what I thought I showed him, so.
I thought you had it too.
Yeah. Sorry, you were probably having a very nice night, and I'm imploding. And that's not your responsibility.
Hey. You're my sister, you. And it's awful, but Lark straightens a bit. Your happiness is and always will be something I will take care of.
Yeah. I know you'd try. I think I might go.
Sure, you're probably tired.
Not, not right now. I mean, not tonight. I mean, I think I might go. Locke, I don't think I can, sit here and watch. So.
Like, leave?
I mean, the garden home isn't that far, really. And I think maybe having, some time to think would help. Maybe I could find an answer to that question. because I don't know if I can find it here while he's breathing down my neck, and introducing me to dukes I've known my entire fucking life, just so everybody else in a room can see him introduce them to me. And you know him, and I think if I stay here, he'll get me, and I'll never know what the answer to that question might have been. And I really need to know the answer to that question. So I think I'm just gonna go to the garden home for a while until I can answer it.
Okay.
But you're gonna be great. You know? How could you not be?
Grab a hand of yours in two trembling hands.
Immediately we'll cover your hands with her other one.
Promise me something. You get an opportunity to leave this place, you take it, Rose. Run. Please.
Okay. As long as you promise me that you don't lose yourself to him. Not ever. Not what makes you you. Because he will try to crush it, and I think you know that.
I will try.
Okay. I won't be gone long. And really, it's a short ride away, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
Kisses your hand.
I think we'll just, pull you in for a hug. Just so tight, you can barely breathe. Okay. Well, you should, you're the heir of the hour, so you should probably, head back, and I'll make myself less of a public spectacle. And I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
I think I'll kind of reach out and adjust your suit just a little bit and pick some fuzz off of it. You're going to be a wonderful king. I love you very much.
Okay.
Do you kind of point at the bottle? Do you want on for the road?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna finish that when you're gone, and it's gonna be very unladylike. So.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well,
Okay.
have fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be in my room if you need me.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you.
Okay. Kind of just watch you walk back inside. Sit there on those steps for at least until the bottle's empty. And then we'll go pack her things, and the next morning, leave for the garden home.
Do you think Rose is crying a little bit as she remembers this? There's that similar, familiar feeling of this stickiness on your cheeks. You have to smudge away a drop as it hits the piece of paper that you're writing on. Bree. What's Riva up to?
I think after I think Riva is sitting in her little homemade fort. She leans back and I think remembers some fond memories. And I think as you sort of flash back, I think you see like a 27-year-old Riva. 27-year-old Riva, I think is... I don't know how to describe her besides... I was like, trying to find words to describe it, and it was just like the milfiest milf.
Sexy.
So hot.
But it's like, she's got this sort of like almost... In her youth, I think she would have been sort of like a rugged little like gremlin of a kid, sort of a real like devil-may-care like mischievous person, and that like little mischievousness has sort of waned a little bit and matured a little bit. There's still a twinkle of it in her eye. I think she has like a deeply inappropriately like deep cut like V-neck shirt like on. Like I think she's... Sorry, I'm thinking of like Stacy's mom, like Fountains of Wayne, but the sort of like the dream of every like rock band of like the 2000s, like teenage. Yeah. Anyway, let me get out of that headspace. I know I'm gonna stay in that headspace. She walks into a room, and I think there's Rodella.
Rodella's laying on this bed where she's been for the last little while. And she's all bandaged up. She has a bandage that's kind of like across one side of her face, and she's kind of tucked under these blankets. And as she sees you walk in, she kind of straightens a little bit in bed and like kind of like brushes her hair back a little bit, and just kind of like tries to sit up more and flinches a little bit as she jostles her lack of leg. But yeah, sits up and just, Riva.
Guard. I think Riva's tossing a little orange in her hand. And just up and down, up and down. And she like takes drags a chair over, twirls it around, and straddles it. And she digs her thumb into this orange and starts peeling it in like the most psychotic, unhinged way ever. Like it's just a little nibbin of orange skin. You see like divots where her thumb has like pierced into it, you know? And it's just like this, like, I don't know, there's a little bit of just what I can only imagine is like, what the fuck? Like this lady's insane as she's like peeling it over.
Rodella's watching this, like just her eyes following like your fingers in your hands as they like just demolish this orange, and she's looking at you with the same look that she's been using for the last like couple of weeks, but this time only with one eye. But she's looking at you with this expression of just complete bafflement. Just, she cannot wrap her head around you. And I think after watching you just fucking tear this orange apart, she just finally just snatches it out of your hand almost missing as she has to get used to her new depth perception, but snatches it out of your hand and just very neatly finishes peeling in a spiral the rest of the orange and then hands it back to you.
No, that's for you. And I think in Riva's eyes, you see a little twinkle of bafflement as well. And she cocks her head a little bit. In all my years, I have had thousands of people killed for me. But very rarely have I met someone who was willing to die for me. Because I'll be honest, if I was in your position, I would have let you die.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm kind of regretting it a little bit. And she like peels a piece of the orange and eats it. She looks just as confused as you do. Like, I think you say that, and the look that you get back is just, why did I do that? And there's a reason. There's a reason she did it, but she doesn't quite understand it yet. And so she just starts eating this orange and is quiet.
You know, Bernadette told me that I should hire a guard, and first I looked at her and I thought, from what? For what? Why? But I think she might have been onto something.
You think?
Maybe.
I'll look into that.
With your one eye?
It still works. Glares at you.
I think Riva is just absolutely tickled by you. And she grins back. You know the captain and my sister.
Oh,
They were
yeah, the
saying
captain
that-
was threatening to throw me off the ship because I'm now useless cargo. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Do you think you'll be able to walk? Able to see? I bought you.
Glances down.
I bought you 12 hours. The ship's armor can get you set up with another leg.
$12 hours.
Prove yourself worthy.
Generous.
Well, hey. A job's better than being tossed overboard, isn't it?
Well, I'd like to get out of this bed.
Good. I hate to lose precious cargo. Do you have a name?
I think Rodella hesitates. And then just says, I think she makes a decision in her head. Rodella. It's Rodella.
Just Rodella?
Just Rodella.
Just Rodella, then. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like to not have the last name. Well, Rodella, I'll see you bright and early.
Yeah. Thank you for the orange.
You're welcome. And then I think Riva leans back a little bit, and she like scrapes the chair back. And I think she like appraises you, I think is the verb I want to use. Like, from top to bottom. And I think for the very first time, I think you feel Riva really looking at you, looking you as a person and not as a nameless minion on her ship. And she smiles. And she walks out.
Rodella watches her go.
That's my mom. Wouldn't it be so funny if that was our first DMCA strike in almost 3 years?
That's how we go down, baby. I'm fine.
Yeah, I think it
with
was
that.
worth it. I think it was worth it if it is.
So worth it.
Is that all?
I don't know. I feel like it's fun to leave it there. I don't know, TT. Do you want to flirt some more?
We can leave it there. We can leave it there. Well, as much as I love to watch my mom's flirting. Riva, you come back to your body on this ship. And although the memories are happy, the sting of things not being like that anymore hurts just as much. And last but certainly not least, Jess. Talk to me about my best friend, Tenant, middle name Crowcolt.
Tenant, no middle name, Crowcolt.
His middle name is just middle name.
Done. Tenant is captaining the ship and putting as much of themselves into this one thing they know how to do, which is sail. Because anytime he's not thinking about which way the wind's blowing, what the current feels like, the pull of the ship against the waves, the memories start to come back. The memories that ever since Emil climbed over the edge of that roof, and ever since the god made of shadow said the words Ant Farm just hours before. Too much of those, what was it, 3 weeks, is invading his head again. And he's looking for anywhere to redirect it. And I think the only place he can redirect it is the ending of it all. And the explosion that took the entire thing down. The crater it left in this place in the Elec Empire. The very strange journey back, accompanied by these two new cousins, Pash and Vera. And he remembers crossing paths with a ship that he could spot from a mile off, his mother's ship. And that reunion and that leg of the journey home. And when Tennant steps foot on Dorithian once again, the first thing he does is look up to the rooftops.
I don't know if you would have noticed, but as soon as you stepped off the ship, there's just been a black spot in the sky following. So looking up to the rooftops, there's a lot of crows, because there always are. But I think eventually you hear a pretty familiar flutter of wings behind you, and then just a little poof, and feet on the ground. Are you real?
He grabs the front of your cape and just pulls you in. And the person you're looking at is not the brother that left, but the way he holds you is the same.
I don't know what I thought. I'm glad you're home.
Hi.
Hi.
Don't look at me like that.
It's just my face.
You good?
I'm fine. Are you?
Yeah, fine.
Good. Nadella will want to see you. She's talked my ear off about pretty much nothing else.
I'm sure I'll get a bollocking, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's fucking cold here.
Thought it was kind of nice out. So, and kind of just like the words like catch in her throat for a second, and she kind of like looks away again. So how long are you gonna stay?
Till the end, I guess. I have to introduce you to someone.
I hope it's not the drunkard you made friends with.
No. No. Her name is Rose. Please be nice to her. We've had a rough few weeks.
All right. I saw everything, you know. She said a couple of interesting things to you.
Okay.
If she'll be around, I'll play nice. You shouldn't have watched. Probably not. What the fuck else was I supposed to do? I tried not to, but not knowing was worse, I think. Oh, I'm really sorry. You don't have any. It's not your.
Oh, where's Rodders then? Come on, I miss the old bastard.
Yeah, I told him to give me a minute.
Let's go home.
Yeah, let's go home.
And then it goes home. But the next few weeks are not the same. They don't sleep. They spend most of their nights on the roof, smoking, watching the rain.
I think one night, one sleepless night, I think Reva joins you on the roof.
He jumps violently and the cigarette tumbles from his hand. He's like, fuck. Oh, fuck you.
Hey, it's okay.
You like horny or something?
Reva pulls out a hand-rolled cigarette. And I think it's a little bit of a surprise for you. As I think, like, when you were a teen or something like that, Reva would probably be yelling at you to knock it off. She lights it with her finger and passes it over.
Smoking's bad for you, no?
Oh well, I'm a hypocrite. I think when you look at Reva, I think you'll notice there's like, since coming back, I think you might notice like she's got worry lines, the worry wrinkles like on the corners of her eyes. Weren't there before, or at least there's more of them. And I think you start to notice a little bit more gray in her hair. Want to take a seat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, join me.
Hannah?
Yeah.
Glad you're home. I'm sorry. Sweetie, I'm so sorry. Everything that happened, let me tell you now, none of it was your fault. Okay? None of it was your fault.
I didn't mean what I said before.
Let me tell you right now, I'm sorry we couldn't do more. And I'm sorry. People who took you. I should have killed them years ago. I'm sorry.
I don't know what to do now. I think I'm broken a bit. I can't. I don't know what to do.
It's okay.
It's not that, is it?
I think Riva puts a hand on your shoulder and brings you in. I promise. I promise. I promise that anyone who hurts you like this again, I will make them pay. Sweetie, I love you. It's not your fault. None of this is your fault.
I told you I didn't. I told you I didn't want to die here, but dying out there is so much worse. So much worse. It is everywhere. This life is everywhere.
I know. I know. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you from it.
You did, in your own way. I survived, didn't I? You taught me how. So, there we go.
I think Riva hugs you and I think whispers in your ear. There's a little bit of a quiver. Thank you for surviving.
Just sobs into your shoulder.
And she rubs your back. And you feel I think you feel her sob a little too.
Tennant, your grip on the steering wheel, the only thing that's keeping you standing up, as this kind of emotional gut punch hits you in the stomach and you almost feel like you can't stand. And then your legs stop shaking and your hands stop shaking. And you can go back to steering the ship. Everyone can take a short rest. So if you have any abilities that come with short rests, you can get them back. If you want to roll hit dice, you can. And while everybody's resting, Rose.
Yeah.
You sitting in pajamas on this bed can hear a knocking, can feel a knocking at your subconscious.
I think Rose had sort of intended to wait for Tennant. Because I thought we were taking a long rest, so I was just going to go to sleep.
So long rest has to be 8 hours. This trip is only 4.5.
Yeah. We could talk about it after.
Well, you can take a long rest.
I can.
Everyone else can't, but you can because that's 4 hours.
We'll figure it out off screen. I just used like 90% of my upper level spell slots, and I do need those to kill Emil. And so I think Rose sort of like sitting in bed, having thought that she would have time for Tennant to come back, will like.
I think Tennant does come back. Like,
okay,
if this is nighttime, like he comes back.
Sure.
Cool. Then I will kind of like from my spot in bed will like look at you with a look that is mostly fear. I think I have to answer the door.
What can I do?
Just be here when I'm back.
Or just like gather you up in his arms.
Yeah.
And start making a little braid in your newly pink hair.
And I think from the feeling of like Tennant's hands on my hair, I will slip off to sleep and let Ithios on into my brain.
You can see a literal door opening.
Uh-huh.
As he kind of pokes his head in. Hello.
Hi.
This felt like it was the longest day of my life.
Ha! Your life. Yeah. Yeah. I would say, how are you? But I don't know if that's an odd question.
And I would say, how are you? But I know the answer is pretty shitty, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Well, do you have any requests for our meeting room this evening?
Surprise me.
Okay. And kind of rubs their hands together and starts spreading them around. And the kind of like blackness that is your subconscious begins to change. There's a bubbling brook in the middle. There's lush forestry on both sides. You can see this like brook is teeming with life. And there's like 2 moss-covered stumps on one side of the river. I feel like
Is this?
Jester's
Will you remind
beside
me?
him.
Is this the same
No,
place
last time
that
it was a
you-
garden.
Gotcha. Okay. I think Rose will kind of like look around it for a moment, and I think like does her best not to show it, but there is the smallest part of them that like bristles at this being just a hair too close to the Feywild for her comfort. But sort of like tries to use that discomfort and that reminder of where she's from to empower them, and so we'll like kind of take a steadying breath and like straighten her shoulders, and we'll sort of perch on one of these stumps and say, "This is nice. Anywhere you've been before?"
No, my locations in life have been unfortunately quite limited to whoever has me on their head.
Ah, so there was no before you were in a crown then?
No.
There's a dog just absolutely drinking the stream dry right behind me. Sorry. Right. Well, you said you were going to acquire some information for me, so why don't you start?
Grabs from an invisible pocket that doesn't exist on this outfit he's wearing, which is the same kind of slutty outfit that they were in before. Pulls this like scroll and unfolds it and clears their throat. As promised, a prophecy. On the day the crown returns, nestled on the head of a mother, so too will our civilization return to its former glory. The sun will shine underground once more. Those who have believed will be rewarded, and riches will flow in our waters. So goes the story.
Snell, will you send that to me when we're done, by the way?
Hands it to you, yes.
I couldn't write down fast enough. My little hands are so slow sometimes. Of a mother, that's interesting. Very specific.
Again, I didn't write the prophecy, so.
No? Who did? Out of curiosity. You don't seem like the type to seek the counsel of the Lady of Whispers. So.
I think it was a priest.
So the crown returns on the head of a mother.
Mm-hmm.
And then what? You know your people. What do they expect? What do they want?
Me to come home.
From me. Or whatever mother were to walk this in.
I don't know, probably not for you to slaughter them all. I'm sure they'd want to
typically
shower
don't do
you
that.
and... I wasn't really talking about you, I think you know that.
Yeah.
Probably shower you in gifts. Appreciation. But I have no... There's nothing that leads me to believe that they would put you in any sort of danger or expect you to stay forever.
Right. Here's the thing. I know this is probably not going to go well. Can I try to insight check that?
Mm-hmm.
Just for fun? Maybe I'll do so good, you know? Using my 10 and 20. That's a natural 20 for a total of 31.
Great.
Let's count right!
You don't feel like they're trying to deceive you. Many people have tried, and many
Sure.
people have failed.
Do I feel like it's leaving anything out of what would be expected from whoever walks this in?
As far as they know, no.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm certain you've prepared some long list of sweet bribes and honeyed words to try and get me to say yes to this, and I'd hate to deprive you of the opportunity to say them. So,
What do you want?
So many things. Yes. So many things.
Tell me.
I made a note in my phone and I gotta pull them back up here. Well, first and foremost, if there is any way you can provide to make certain that this is not a mistake that would hang over my head for the rest of my life and my family's lives, pulling me away from them at every opportunity, I don't know whether that's something that's possible, but that would be a hell of a start.
I can give you my word.
I don't know if you know this about the Fae, Ithios, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. We're not much for gods. I'm certain that you believe your word is a thing to be measured in gold. I've only just met you. So I'll need a bit more than that.
I've also only just met you, Rose. I don't know what you'd need to believe me.
In Everglen, Archfey can do this thing, essentially. It's a way to magically bind someone to their word. I am not an Archfey. I don't have such power. You seem like a very well-connected person. Who's
Thank
not
you.
quite a person.
Person, crown, god, it's all really words.
What's a person
and-
anyway, I suppose?
So you want a contract?
I want a contract. Yeah. If there is going to be an agreement, which, to be clear, I'm not agreeing that there is yet. Because, truthfully, there's a lot going on right now. And you are an important and powerful figure. My sister is being held by someone who works for another important and powerful figure, and that important and powerful figure has an enemy that is another important and powerful figure. I'm kind of up to my elbows here in important and powerful figures who all
Let me
seem
help.
interested. How?
I'll make you more powerful. I've done it once before.
So
I'll
many
make
people.
someone else more powerful. What do you want? You have your husband sitting there, braiding your hair.
I do.
You want him to have more power?
It'd be a start.
Well, I can't do it without his consent, but if you can get it, I'll do it.
Yeah, that might be tough. This prophecy, being on the head of a mother, that makes your pickings a bit slim in this group.
Indeed.
Why meet with Nadet? Why reach out to them?
I didn't reach out to them. They reached out to me.
Why entertain it?
I got bored.
You don't strike me as someone who often gets bored. So much power as you have. Sitting on the head of one of the most powerful people in the entire galaxy.
What can I say? I might surprise you in many ways. I don't have to
Never really
cash
been-
in on it if that's what you're worried about. I think
Something
we
about
both
me.
know they
Ithios.
probably got in over their head.
Something about
Sorry,
me, Ithios.
please.
No, it's all right. Since we have just met, I'm quite a jealous person. So if we are to make a deal, I want to be the only person in this group that you make a deal with,
Sure.
and I do want your word on that.
You have my word.
I mean, kind of squints at him for a second.
And I'll sign it in a contract if that would make you more comfortable.
Okay. And I think kind of just for like a second, like stares at the ground as almost like this whole time it's been like Rose's mind has been trying to catch up with what their body is doing and what her mouth is doing and trying to make sense of all the shit that last this whole day, basically. And the fact that like despite all of that, she's doing this right now. And there's just this very like mortal moment I think that she has of like finally like catching up and like taking a breath. Okay, it's been a very long day, pardon me. Do you have something to start drawing up a contract? I like to see the whole picture before I make a deal.
Like, brings their cape around and then, like,
Yeah.
flourishes it and grabs a very fancy feather pen and a piece of paper.
I think I will kind of pick up that pen and very, like, not officially, like, draw a line down the center.
Mm-hmm.
And on one side I write expectations of Rose, and on the other I write expectations of Ithios. Or, yeah, that's a fine phrasing. And I kind of turn the paper around in the pen and I slide it across. And I say, right, I want to see in writing everything that you would expect of me. Everything.
Starts writing. And I think we're going to leave this here as James and I negotiate some terms in the week to come. And next week, we will see the outcome and the aftermath of this negotiation.
Nice.
Thank you all so much for joining us for this episode of Tales from Beyond Crow Lane. We'll see you next week. Until then, caw-caw.